Okay, offline review, Jax versus Shaco. Let's get right into it. Clearing up, makes sense. Top is Varus Cannon. Varus is immobile carry. Cannon has some setup with a stun. I would do Wolves and then Gromp here, just to cycle your Wolves and Gromp better, but not a big deal. Looks like Shaco is clearing downwards this game. It looks like he skipped a camp to gank bot, so he probably skipped Gromp. And he did Raptor start, so you can play for the respawn Raptors. This is really, really good and very, very correct. Good job. You see Shaco, go to his Krugs. You go for top gank. Nice. I mean, you see Varus is pushing. He's immobile. He has no flash because he used it earlier when he died. So get a free kill. Awesome. Now we full clear up. Krugs, Raptors. I think now the game plan should just be to keep spam ganking Varus. You know, he's no flash. That kind of champion really can't really play safe. He kind of has to push forward. So I think Operation just perma gank top, right? I think if you saw him pull Dragon, you would walk over. But here you literally see him walk away from Dragon. So I think I would just be on your Wolves right now. I think every second you waste matters because you'd be on Wolves right now, and now you'd be on Gromp, and now you'd be ganking top lane, right? Like look where he is right now. Like you'd be in River right now, and he's so far up he's just dead. But now there's a chance that after you kill Gromp, he actually backs up and he doesn't die. So every second counts, which is actually what happened. Look, he still dies, but he's definitely not as nearly as far up as he was. So he has the ability to live if he backed up. But still, you still kill him. So good job. Base, go to your bot camps, clear up again. So for early game, it's great. You get red buff. You decide I actually want to fight it because I'm stronger. Nice, you got the smite off. Okay, looks a bit close. I think that's a clone. Yeah, don't hit that guy. I think just leave. The fight looks fucking bad. I think it's fine to give up. Maybe you win the fight, but I think it's fine to just get one. Give up one kill. Like Jinx dies, whatever. You and Nami live. I ask you, what's worth one kill for Dragon? What would you rather have? Would you rather have one kill or would you rather have a dragon? I would always take the dragon. So I think giving Jinx and then just leaving and getting 1 for 0, but getting a dragon, super worth my eyes. But if you engage here and get aced, like not aced, but like all three of you die, then the dragon feels way less bad. So I think right now it's a guarantee handshake. I'm happy, they're kind of happy. If you go into this fight and you lose it, now you're not happy. Obviously, if you win it, it goes well. But in my head, the game's in a winning spot. The game is 6-2. You got first dragon. Why take the risk of losing this fight when you have a guaranteed like win already in my head, you know? But let's watch this fight. Maybe we win it. Q, 1 for 1. Yeah, looks like you end up winning it. I mean, it was pretty fucking close. It worked though. I'm not gonna say it was. I wouldn't go for it personally, but if it worked, I'm not gonna say it's bad. Technically, it still ended up being a 2 for 2. It's worth because you got both kills while Blitzcrank got one of them. So it's obviously golden on you is better than golden on sport. Um, and you get full Triforce of it. So I'd say it was actually ended up being worth. Again, I wouldn't go for it for the reasons I said, but if it works, it works, right? Clear up, do the grubs. This is good. You got first dragon. You got all 3 grubs, so you have all the objectives. I'm pretty fucking happy if I'm you. Clear it down now. Ken's winning hard enough where ranked up. I was gonna say Ken's winning hard enough where now it's time. I'm down to spend time in other lanes, gank bid, gank bot. Like Varus already 0-4. What's the difference from Varus being 0-4 or Varus being 0-6? At this point, Varus isn't even worth any gold. It's not even worth spending the time to kill him, in my opinion. I think it's worth to kill the Lucian, who's pushing up, right? Kill the Ziggs. Like both these champs are kind of Ziggs has W and Lucian has Z, but a lot of times Lucian uses Z to trade aggressively. So Lucian is low-key down half of the lane. So I personally I wouldn't be up here. I think your time is rather spent ganking like Lucian right now, or maybe invading the Shaco because your 1v1 versus Shaco is obviously very hard winning. So I'd rather be pressuring the Shaco 1v1, or right now you see mid's fighting. Like I would rather be mid right now killing the Lucian. Looks like Zed still killed him, but obviously you have no way to know that. And you end up actually dying up here. So again, I just think that there's no point. I don't know why you're. Oh, I thought you're picking Ken, you're picking yourself. Nice. But yeah, I just think this is no point to be here. Like Blitzcrank stop. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like we can dive the Ziggs 3v1. If Blitzcrank stop, how is Ziggs surviving 3v1 dive, right? Or in this case, I'll only be mid, ganking Lucian, and then yes, Lucian killed. I mean, Zed killed Lucian, but if you're mid, maybe you could counter. Already 0-4, your time could be spent way better. I think you could have dived bot. I think you could have maybe saved Lucian. There's way better things you could be doing. So I think this is probably your first big mistake of the game. Then we go to our camps. Support ends up dying. Now we're playing for the dragon. Make us a solo kill. Pull the dragon out. Bear CPs for dragon. Oh, that's actually Ziggs. Get the trade. You're like, oh, my ADK is losing. I'm not gonna fight with them. Makes sense. Playing the top side because Jake goes on dragons. So you're gonna trade his top cams. Makes complete sense. Hit this guy a bit. I think you're definitely overdoing it. It's kind of the same thing twice in a row. Like I think it makes sense to be top side for the camps. This guy walks in a little too aggressively. It's good to chunk him. But I think again, like just get the guaranteed camps. Red's up, Krugs are up, Hero spawns in 20 seconds. You don't need the skill to win this side of the map, right? Except small wins. Like just getting all three of his camps is already a big one in general because you're up 6 camps. It's 3. You're taking 3 for yourself and you're taking 3 away from him. So it's actually up 6 camps. I think I kind of see this before. Except small wins like get the Raptors, get the Red, or get the Krugs, and then start the Herald on spawn, right? But you're kind of overforcing and dying top. Like both your last 2 deaths are really bad. And if you're alive here, I just don't think this would be happening. I think you'd be hitting Herald right now. And if you're on Herald, your Nami would be with you, and the Nami wouldn't die either, right? And here Zed came to help with the fight because he saw you dying, right? But normally, if you weren't doing this, Zed would just be staying mid, and then instead of Ziggs getting mid tower, Zed would save the mid tower, right? So I think all these things domino effects from your mistakes and your decisions you're making, right? Also, if you're gonna play for Herald, you should just go run to Herald right now. Lucian's still dead. You still have top prio, Kennen still has flash and ult. Like if you're gonna do Herald, just do it right now, right? It makes no sense to do Krugs and then cross map all the way from Krugs to Herald. Like at this point, if you just run to Herald on spawn, Herald's already dead, right? And then you just clear down. Then you do blue, Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, Krugs. But going from Krugs all the way to Herald and then not even pulling the Herald, you just basically did a bunch of nothing. Like in this time, you did all this, you could have been taking his Gromp or taking his Wolves, checking his bot camps, or maybe killing this Lucian on bot lane right now. Like so many different ways to spend your time instead of going all the way from Krugs to Herald to blue buff, not even pulling the Herald. Like I feel like you're just not getting anything done with your time. Like in the last 5 minutes, what have you done? Think about it that way. You went into enemy jungle topside, you did Raptors, then you overchased and died, then you respawned, then you went from Krugs all the way to Herald, right? Like you're kind of just doing nothing. You're not pressuring any lanes, you're not doing objectives, you're not taking any enemy camps. You're kind of just doing your own camps, and then cross mapping to do something else. You know. Here you come help Kennen. He's dying. Nice, nice. You got the clone. I mean, you got the right one. Try to help your teammate. Okay, you just obviously you trolled a bit there. You just went out of your way. I guess you just spam A clicking, but that's obviously a big mistake. You just lost like 700 HP plus you CC'd yourself, and you just killed yourself by doing that. So obvious mistake. Not gonna mention it since I'm not gonna say what you did wrong because it's really obvious. You can figure that out yourself. But yeah, no, I think at this point the game is really like fell from your ground. I think the game was going really, really well. In the last 10 minutes, you just kind of haven't done anything. You just kind of been running around the map with your head cut off, responding to enemy plays instead of ever starting your own, right? You gotta think about the big picture more, like the objectives more, taking the camps more. You're kind of just monkey fighting a lot. Like, oh, there's a fight going on. I'm gonna go there. Oh, I think this guy's slightly pushed. I'm gonna go there, right? Doesn't seem to be any like forethought. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this because this. I'm gonna pull Herald because I have top prio, or I'm gonna take his top camps, his Red and Krugs, because he's bot side instead of just blindly chasing into Blitzcrank. Like, you're not really none of your plays are really thought out. You're just kind of reacting like, ooh, I guess Blitzcrank, I guess he's overextended in the red jungle, so I guess I'll try to hit him a bit. They seem very random or sporadic. Decent fight. You gotta pick on Varus. Team keeps fighting, so you kind of come help out a bit. I think you. I don't know if you're. I don't know if you're not paying attention, but like in my head, if you press tab, you'll see that Kennen by far is your strongest member, and you've also been playing for Kennen the entire game. You level 3 gang top, level 4 gang top, level 6 gang top. Like this guy's been your guy. So at this point, like anything Kennen does, I'm gonna do too. But see, you Kennen here runs in and you're running out. So I think you're. I don't know if you're not paying attention or what, but if Kennen's running into Ziggs, instead of using your Q out there, I'm sitting in the fight here, and I'm gonna Q in, right? Like I think at this point, your Jinx is fucking worthless. Zed's kind of been like, God knows what Zed's been doing. Like Kennen's kind of like your diehard. Like this is your been like your fucking brother this game. So I don't know if you're not paying attention or what, but I think if you fought earlier, you'd probably kill Ziggs. Maybe you kill Kennen, who know? Maybe you save Kennen, who know? But at the very least, it'd be if Kennen dies, it's still like a 1 for 2. So I think you should definitely be paying more attention to that. But yeah, I think you should be buying a merch trades ASAP. Like uh, they have 3 AP, like Varus AP, Ziggs AP, Blitzcrank's AP. Obviously, Ziggs is their strongest member. Um, you don't really need armor or tab eyes because both Shaco and Lucian are their only AD champs, and they're both very much auto attack based. And you're Jack, so your E just cancels auto attacks. So you have ways to avoid their AD champs damage. You have no way to avoid their AP champs damage. So I think you should definitely be buying a merch right now, 100%. I see you. I've been seeing you get feared by boxes all game as well, or slowed by Ziggsy and stuff. So I think we need the merch treads way earlier, like a long time ago, but especially now, 100%. But now that you have the extra income, 100%. Not sure why you're holding your ult so long. You should be ulting way earlier, give you the extra armor and magic resist, so you're tankier right now, right? And the big 1 for 1 though, not the worst. Get your item. Get a pick on Blitzcrank. Base for double magic. Nice kill on Ziggs. Keep going. Q. Nice. E. He flashed it, but this should be fine. You have Zanya, so you should never die. W. Oh, can we watch this again? Can you use Zanya's better here? It's good. Don't think you need a Zanya's here actually. I think you get one more auto. Because like you want a Zanya's his Q or his E, but here he doesn't have either. Like here he got his Q off already, and he obviously already E'd. So here when both his abilities down, there's nothing. If you're gonna Zanya's, you would have Zanya's this Q. Like you would have Zanya's like this right now, right? Because he can't hold it long enough to when your Zanya's like he'd have to get rid of it while your Zanya's about to expire. So if you're gonna Zanya's, do it now. Otherwise, don't do it at all and just go for auto with him. But here you actually just give him time for his Q to come back off CD. So Zanya's actually good for him there. So that's a bad Zanya's. Pretty bad because if you didn't die here, let's say you lived, you just pull Baron here because like 3 of them are dead. Ziggs, Varus, Lucian are dead, all their carries, and only Blitzcrank and Shaco are alive. And you'd obviously go like Wolves or something to heal it back up to full. So you actually dying here is a pretty big deal. I think you could have got Baron yourself. Jago dies, vamping Baron because they have no smite. Makes complete sense. Good job. Great Baron call. I think base soon, play for Dragon. Finally got Merc Treads. A bit late, but at least we got them. Kill Blitzcrank, nice. Pull Dragon right away. These guys walk in. Kennen has a fucking amazing flank. Good job, Kennen. Get Dragon, nice. Siege with our Baron a little bit. Perfect, good job. No complaints right now. 0. As Jinx walked up and died, not your fault. Got inhib, leave. Our Baron's basically out. At this point, I want you to base. You have 2,000 gold. You should be spam danger pinging, caution pinging Kennen, telling him you need a base, pinging your gold, pinging your item, whatever. Now, obviously, when he gets hooked, now you should fight with him, sure. But this shouldn't even be happening. You should be spam danger pinging, spam caution pinging, looking to base. You have 2,000 gold. You have Kaenic 100% in base. There's no reason why you're not basing for Kaenic. It's such a big item for you, right? So I think you should be basing way earlier and danger, caution pinging your Kennen this entire time, telling him, hey, I'm basing. Don't fight when I'm in base, stuff like that, right? Okay, now we play Baron 1 minute. Yeah, you're kind of Zhonya's like this. You actually ate the entire Lucian Culling, and right when it ran out, look, this is the last bullet. Now you Zhonya's. So either Zhonya's earlier or don't Zhonya's at all. You're just wasting it. Okay, Baron's in 7. Okay, Blitzcrank gets caught. Don't think you should flash Q unless your E's up, right? Like if your E is up, flash Q E, sure, but when your E is down, you're not really doing much damage, and you're not avoiding any damage either. I think a pretty big mistake is if you kill them all here, you guys will get Baron. But now that you're dead, I don't know if your team's gonna Baron. Yeah, if anything, you guys don't even win the fight. So yeah, I think you just cannot Q in unless your E's up. That's kind of like a pretty big Jax rule. That was pretty bad. I think if you win this fight, you'd get Baron. That's a pretty big blunder. And then they got Dragon too because you're dead in time. So that's pretty big. That's another really big mistake. Basically, never flash Q unless you have E up. That's just a basic. That's just a, Jax rule 101. Unless they're like super low where your flash Q literally kills them, which wasn't the case there. Nice fight. Varus walks up too far. You insta go. Nice ult. I liked how you early ulted this game. Not this. I like this game. I think you ulted pretty late most of the time, but that was a good early ult. Like you should be ulting early more because you want to have the armor and magic resist for the entirety of the fight, not the very end of it. You die here, but I think it's fine. You're 6 items now. There's no objective up. If there was like a Baron or Dragon up, I'd be mad that you died because you're dead for it, but not in this case. Case other response in 2 minutes. You're basically full build. Just buy a pot. A little, definitely a little too much. Um, you have none of your teammates nearby you. I think just. Also, if you didn't know Blitzcrank was here, you thought it was 1v1. I get it, but when you see this gets hooked, you know Blitzcrank's here, so you know you're opting into a 2v1, and your entire team is across the map for you. So this is really bad. Wait for your teammates to be. I mean, again, you're just flashing in when your teammates are across the screen from you. Unnecessary. I think the last couple teammates have been going well. I see no reason why you wouldn't want a team fight and why you're looking for like picks yourself. Just be patient, wait for Jinx, wait for Kennen to show up, take the 5v5. Now it's just pure luck. Now you're hoping to God your team doesn't int, right? Um, which they did. So yeah, just super unnecessary. Here it looks like your team is gonna be like the enemy team is they can't elder either. Their jungle's dead, their Ziggs dead, and if they try to elder, you'll just steal it because you have smite. They don't have smite, so there's no reason to force a fight here. There's no reason to go in. Here you just wait for Ken to respawn, wait for Jinx to respawn, wait for Nami to respawn. Ken probably has TP when he respawns. Zed's up. You and Zed can solo stop them from doing elder. The only thing you need to do is not fight right now, because if you die, you lose elder. So again, I don't know why you're forcing so much. This is the second time in a row your team's dead or not with you, and you're going in. Just chill, bro. You have 10 deaths. Why do you want 15 deaths so bad? Just chill out. Wait for Ken to respawn. Wait for Jinx to walk over, and then take a nice calm 5v5. You keep not wanting to group with your team and fighting. I don't know why. The 5v5s are not going to go poorly. You have 6 item Jinx at this point in the game. Why do you not want a team fight? I don't get it. And then they just end the game. So I don't know. I think the game is super winnable. You're just overforcing. Just chill out. Kennen 6 items, Jinx 6 items. Why do you feel the need that you have to fight right now? It makes no sense, right? So that's for late game. In the early game, I think again you need to be forcing more. It sounds funny how backward that is, and then invading way more. But there's a bunch of other stuff this game. I said this game, but I'm not really keeping notes of it. You should be. But if you have any questions, message me in Discord. It's Chad Jungle on the right hand side in the Jungle Kingdom tab.